Hi everyone, I'm back. Thank you everyone for sticking with me if you are still here, and welcome to those that subscribed while I was away. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that those of you who are still here. So I'm alive, I'm here. I'm gonna get into why I was away, but I thought today I would just kind of film like a life update, and I'm gonna clean my pens because honestly I have not touched my pens since probably before I made my last video, because a couple of my last videos were scheduled, so I had made them way ahead of time. I think the last time I used my pens was at the end of February. I did clean out one of them because it was vintage and I didn't want anything to happen to it. But other than that, I kind of just left them be. So we are going to get right into it. We're gonna clean the pens that are in here and kind of do, like I said, a life update, but also a pen collection video, because in that time that I was not using them, I did sell quite a few of them because I'll get into it, but I could not even look at my pens for a couple months. So let's get right to cleaning. All right, so I think I'm going to, I don't know, put the water here, I guess. I think that'll be okay. All right, so what's left of my collection is in this Galen leather 10 pen case. Ready? You can see what I have left. Dun, 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 dun. 6 pens. That's all I got. That's all I got left. So I'll go through them quickly, and then, well, I'll go through them as I clean them, but actually the first two don't need to be cleaned. I think I did clean this one a couple months ago. I might clean this one just to make sure, because it is a vintage pen with a sack inside of it, so maybe I'll just clean that one more time just to make sure it's like fully clean, I guess. This is my Sailor Pro Gear Old Fashioned. It was part of the cocktail series. I love it. It's so handsome looking. I don't know. It reminds me of like 1970s kitchen appliance colors. You know, the avocado and the like burnt orange color, but something about it is just so attractive. So this will be a forever in my collection. And I'm dropping other ones. So that one's gonna go back because it's clean. This one's my Parker 51 from the 1940s. I did clean this one, but we're gonna clean it again just a little bit, just to make sure. So I've been gone, obviously, for quite a few months, mostly because I have been very ill. My husband and I are finally expecting our second child, and the first trimester was a trip. It really was. it was rough. When I was pregnant with our first child, it was rough, but I could sleep a lot and just kind of lounge around when I wasn't doing my, what was I doing? I was finishing up my undergrad at that point, and then I was in my first semester of my master's program, and I gave birth to my daughter on the last day. I had a project due that day, and I had to email my teacher, and I emailed her a picture of Scarlett, and I was like, yep, not gonna be in class today. I got an A anyway, but you know, I only had her. I didn't have another child when I was pregnant with my first child. So this time I am pregnant, and why do I have blue on me? Oh my gosh. I've missed that. But I have to like keep myself from being sick, and then I also have to keep another human being alive. So it's been a lot. So I have been trying to sleep when I can and just on autopilot, just trying to cruise through. But we'll move on. This one, I'm gonna do this one last, but this is a TWSBI Diamond 580 Rose Gold, the second edition. This was a gift from my father for my birthday this year. Yeah. So this one has Emerald of Chivor in it. So I'm going to do this one last because it is a shimmer ink. And I'm not gonna take it apart or anything. I don't really need to super clean it because that's the only ink that has ever been and will ever be in this pen because I just love the combination. So I'm not really worried about super cleaning this pen. I just want to make sure there's no gunk in it. All of these pens, I think, except for this one, all of them are empty. If they're not cleaned already, like my Parker was. I had already cleaned that a couple months ago, but all of these, except for this one, I think, are empty. I at least like emptied it down the drain because I didn't want it to clog it or get really crusty or anything inside of it. So they are at least empty. So I'm going to do my Lamy 2000 next. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, just, it's been a lot. And then actually, when I was pregnant with Scarlett, I didn't have any like food aversions or anything. It was mostly just smell. So I couldn't do anything like fruity. So this time, for some reason, honestly, it was actually my entire hobby of writing. I could not look at my pens. I could not think of my pens. I could not look down to journal because looking down would make me feel queasy. It was probably the most confusing feeling ever, you know? It's like something that I love to do. It's something that I was doing basically all day, every day, you know? I'd keep my journal with me at all times, and if I got a spare millisecond, I would write. If I had an hour, I would write, and as soon as the morning sickness hit, I couldn't even think about it. I couldn't even look at them. Honestly, the thought of even looking at my pens, the thought of my pens just made me so ill. It was such a strange feeling, and it took, what is today, July 8th? I think it took me until like mid-June for me to feel like I could at least look at them. I honestly haven't used them. I haven't journaled. I started back up again just a few days ago, like 3 days ago, but I haven't been using, I've just been using my regular pen. I don't know, I'm kind of scared to use them again. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I did sell quite a few of them while I was away. I just, I don't know, since I couldn't use them, and a lot of the ones that I sold were high dollar pens, and I have actually, I was working part-time from home, and I have since left my job, just because at first it was because of the sickness, the all-day sickness. I needed to take a couple weeks off, so I did that, and then a couple weeks went by, and I looked at the finances, and I was like, honestly, do I need to go back? And my husband was like, no. So I didn't. So I am, and my plan was when the second one was born anyway, was that I would stop working altogether and just focus on my children, who at that point will be, you know, a newborn and 4 years old. So they're not going to school or doing anything like that. So I wanted to focus on that role of mom and homemaker and teacher and all those kinds of things, instead of having a job and being tired. So the next one is a Platinum 3776. This is the Star Wars edition. Excuse me. And this is Kylo Ren. So you have the little detailing there, and on the finial, and on the nib. I don't know if you can see that, but it says FO for First Order. It's pretty cool. I love it. This was a gift from my husband for my birthday. And this one has ink in it still because I was using this in my planner for a while. So I think I'm just gonna empty this, honestly, into the garbage can because it's just a little bit, and I'm not that stingy, I guess, with my inks. But anyways, so I'm not working and there were just some high dollar pens sitting and not being used and just collecting dust. So I wanted to kind of ease the burden, I guess, on my husband, and I let some of them go. They all went to Loving Homes. I know where they all went, so that is okay with me. You know what? I might even just take this converter apart. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with my collection. All of them I'm going to keep forever, except, honestly, except for my Parker. If anyone is looking for a vintage Parker 51, it's from either 46 or 47. I can look in a second. It is a lovely pen. It's a medium nib. It is a gold nib. It's not a steel nib. Some of them are made with steel. This one is gold. It's an amazing pen. But yeah, when I got my Pelikan that I had been dreaming about for nearly a decade, I guess that one just kind of fell short. Normally I would clean these in the sink, and I was gonna do the video pointing to my bathroom sink so that I could really get these super duper clean, but my daughter is in her room for her nap time, although she's not napping. She never does. I don't think this girl has taken a nap in over a year now, probably, but she goes in there every day and kind of decompresses. She can do her own thing, have her little alone time, whatever, but she's playing and I didn't want that to be in the background, and I also didn't want to bother her, so I had planned to do this video like a week ago when my daughter was supposed to be at my mom's house, but then my mom didn't feel good that day, so I am doing this instead. So that is clean enough. Most of my inks are blue or dark green anyway, so if a little bit gets in there, I don't really care. And then last, but certainly not least, in fact, probably most important, is my Pelikan M600 in the white tortoiseshell. And this has, what did this have in it? Oh, Sailor Texas. All right, clean enough. I do want to fill one of these because I do want to use it again. Probably my Pelikan, but it's wet and I don't like to put ink inside of a wet pen. You know, if this is the one I'm going to use, then I might just open it and that's not clean. Can I do this? Does that work? Maybe. Yeah. I will just open this up and let it dry a little bit. And then maybe I'll fill it later tonight. But I'm hoping to come back. I missed everybody. I started this YouTube channel actually a year ago at the end of June with my One Book July video, and I'm doing One Book July again. I'll actually show that to you in a second. Oh, I do want to do this one too. So I was thinking about changing my YouTube name from Jen's TNs, because actually for probably like 8 or 9 months now, I actually haven't been using, I'm just gonna use the clean water because it's the last pen anyway. I actually haven't been using a TN at all. So when I started planning, when I came into the community in 2014-ish, I started with a Hobonichi, and then I went in like right into Rings, and Rings has always been a planning system that has worked for my brain because I like to be able to make as many sections as possible. My brain has many tabs, and sometimes I need them all to be separated within my planner so that it can make sense to me. So I like rings for that. However, I like to archive and save my daily pages, and that you can't really do in a rings. But I had been using rings for like 8-ish months now, and it was working really well, but I kept feeling the pull back to a bound book system of some sort so that I could save my pages. So I have gone back to the TN system, and I'm glad that I did not change my name, because now it applies again. It all comes full circle, and everything that once was comes back and is again. So good enough. I'm gonna leave those in there. Try to zip it up. Put that away. I'm gonna leave my Pelican. I'm gonna put it over here. This is a Rickshaw 3-pen sleeve that I got in one of their tweeds. I don't know. It's one of their Harris tweeds. It's a dark blue and a dark green, which are two of my favorite colors. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Let that dry a little bit. So I'm back in a TN. This one I've had since August of last year. This is a Chic Sparrow in the Waypoint. It is a quiet tan, I believe. It says somewhere in here. Somewhere, I think it's a quiet tan. And it has, you can't really see when you get an inscription on a Waypoint. You can't really see it, but it's inscribed with some dates on it that are important to me. So the first one is when my husband and I started dating, the second one is when our daughter was born, and the third one is when my husband and I got married. So I'm gonna use that for a little bit. Probably when the second kid is born, I should probably get a different one. It's not gonna know for a couple years, so maybe I can ride it out. Probably around the same time I change some of the family photos around the house that need to show 4 people instead of just 3. I'll probably do it then. But anyways, so I'm back in a TN system. I'm not going to show you this all today because I'm going to make that another video, because I want to do kind of a plan with me in this, probably this weekend. I don't know, probably in a couple months. You never know when I'll be back, but I'm back in a TN. Thought I would at least mention that. I am alive. I'm doing great. We find out what our baby's going to be. That was weird. That was a weird way of saying it. We find out the sex of our baby. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a human? I don't know. Although I did ask Scarlett what it was going to be, and she said it was probably going to be a dog. So I wouldn't be mad, but I would be really confused. If you can hear my dog licking himself. Right on time, right on cue. Anyways, we find out the sex of our baby in 6 days, so I'm really excited about that. So I can at least give it a name so that I'm not just referring to it as baby or it. I need to at least give it a name. All right, well, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for cleaning with me, because I really needed to do that because that was a few months too late. But my pens are all clean now. I'm probably gonna fill that one in a little bit. I'll let that dry. But thank you all for sticking with me. I do plan on making videos somewhat regularly. I'm feeling a lot better. I haven't felt sick in a while, so I do want to come back. You know, I started this YouTube channel really just to make some friends. I really don't care how many subscribers I have or if it ever becomes monetized or anything like that. That was never a concern for me. I just want to talk to all of you. So if you're new, I would love it if you would introduce yourself in the comments so I can say hi. And if you're not new and you've never introduced yourself, feel free to still say hi so that I can say hello right back. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you again next time. Bye.